AAM, men are hitting on my scheduling bot because it has a woman's name. Do not comment on linked posts. I am not op. Original post in askamanager.org. Trigger warnings. Unsolicited horny behavior. Less than. Mood spoilers. Laughably cringy situation. Satisfying ending. Less than. And NBSP. Men are hitting on my scheduling bot because it has a woman's name. January 8, 2024. I have sort of a strange situation. I provide consulting services for, mostly, small business owners. This generally involves scheduling some meetings. And I have an email, personal assistant, bot that does this for me. It has a female name, which was the default, and does not announce that it is a bot, though I don't think it's hard to tell. It gives a standard salutation and signs off with, "Thank you." Less than bot name. All it does is schedule meetings. And it's not nearly to the level of an AI chatbot or anything. Any parts of an email that it receives that don't seem related to scheduling just get ignored by the program. The emails show up in my inbox and I review them to make sure everything got added to my calendar correctly. However, this complete lack of personal type interaction has not stopped several of the men, not usually the actual owners of the client businesses. It is scheduling appointments with from asking it out on dates. Sometimes this happens within the same emails that were used to schedule meetings. And once a man sent an after-hours email from his personal address, which is somehow both creepier and also better work-life boundaries. I don't know. So far I have just ignored these incidents and gone on with the professional relationship like nothing happened. Obviously, this would be inappropriate behavior if it was happening to an actual human assistant, and I would deal with it. However, since it's happening to a bot, what am I supposed to do? Obviously the bot doesn't have opinions about the issue. But if one of my employees was asking out women after a very basic scheduling email with absolutely no personal content, I'd probably want to know about it so I could address it. Because it's probably happening to real human assistants as well. What are your thoughts? Allison's response can be found in the OP and NBSP update. Men are hitting on my scheduling bot because it has a woman's name. February 5, 2024. I really enjoyed your response and reading the comment section. I wasn't able to participate because I was particularly slammed at work that day. But it was a great read later in the evening. I wholeheartedly endorse one commenter's suggestion of a bot-and-bot rom-com titled, Capture My Heart, and would like to add that there should be a sequel, Recapture My Heart, a bot Christmas, starring Vanessa Hudgens as the personification of at least two bots. I was disappointed that even in the AAM comments section, there was a small contingent of, mostly male-presenting, commenters who dismissed this as difficult to believe, or tried to excuse the behavior as people innocently messing with a bot, even in the face of hundreds of comments from women all essentially saying, "Yup, this tracks." Then I saw that the article had been shared on some other websites and those comment sections were significantly worse. Allison. I was upset. I decided to take your advice. Admittedly, a slightly less polite version of your advice. Both to reply the original sender of the most recent email, and to notify their boss. The other emails were no longer recent enough for me to still be working with those clients. But if they come to me again, I'll be sure to bring it up before we schedule anything new. I attached the offending email and wrote, I noticed the included interaction while conducting a routine review of recent scheduling emails between my automated scheduling assistant and my clients. While you were not actually interacting with a real person, you should know that asking people out on a date after only a very basic professional interaction with no personal details is inappropriate workplace behavior. If this is not, as I hope, A one-time lapse in judgment on your part. Please consider the impact this has on women who are simply trying to do their jobs and are required by their duties to be polite and pleasant. I would want to know if one of my employees was conducting themselves in this way while representing my business. So I have included name on this email, and I CC'd their boss. Then I sat on it for a day to think about if it was too rude. I decided it was significantly more appropriate than asking out an assistant after a basic scheduling email. That if nobody ever calls this stuff out very directly, it's not going to get better. And that if it somehow cost me a client, I could afford to lose this one. So I sent it. About an hour later, I got a very brief reply from the business owner. Thank you for the heads up. I'll address this. Looking forward to our meeting next week. So the next week I went to our meeting. He brought up on his own that he had dealt with the issue. He didn't give specifics and I didn't ask. And we had a perfectly nice and professional meeting. So that worked out well. If my scheduling bot ever ends up in a romance with a client's scheduling bot, I'll be sure to send in another update. But for now, thank you in the commentariat for the advice and humor. Reminder: I am not the original poster. Do not comment on linked posts. Why does the Allison, I was upset, sound so funny? Hitting on a woman who is only emailing for scheduling. This isn't just thirstiness. This is desiccated coconut-level dehydration. Hey Siri, I love you. I bet you say that to all your Apple products. That's a whole other level of trying to get yourself an AI girlfriend, lol. Some people are just really that desperate. When I was in college, I worked for an answering service. I got hit on a lot. Always comments about my voice and my tone and politeness. Then probing, personal questions which I'd shut down. One guy somehow found out where our non-disclosed office was and came by. Freaked me out because he had been giving me the creeps for a while. Anyway, he got fired. So many men will immediately assume a woman is hitting on them if she's even slightly polite. They're projecting their own nice guy behavior, only being polite to women if they think they might get laid for it. Oop is so well written. Love the commentariat. The amount of people who think that polite professionalism is an open invitation to start hitting on random women is concerning. That if nobody ever calls this stuff out very directly, it's not going to get better. That's the line everyone needs to read. I've yet to come across a male named Bot. I think it's pretty telling on how we view women in our society. That we are here to serve. I tried to get our bot at work named something non-gendered but failed. I love the last para of Allison's reply so much. People seriously hitting on a bot? I might not be very familiar with bot assistants, but really? Weird. Some people in the workforce really are horny weirdos, huh? I decided it was significantly more appropriate than asking out an assistant after a basic scheduling email. Seriously. Dudes have to learn, shoot your shot doesn't mean sexually harass anything female presenting. Can confirm that I've been hit via chat on in work settings where the only thing the pursuer knew about me is that my name ends in an A. Apparently that's a good enough hint that I'm female. And nothing else mattered. Men, heal thyselves. I used to read Ask a Manager at least a couple times a week. I'm not sure why I stopped. This was gold. Hundreds of comments from women, all essentially saying, yup, this tracks. The number of times my customer service, have a nice day, has been mistaken for interest in some crusty dude. Ugh. Of course men will hit on anything with a female-sounding name. This makes me laugh. And of course men will deny the possibility of such behavior or claim it's not a problem. This makes me angry. Great that the client dealt with the issue once it was brought to his attention. This would be the dumbest reason to get yourself fired over. Couldn't stop hitting on the software. This is the best post I've ever read on BORU. I'm absolutely cackling.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.